Hey guys, it's me again, good old 59 Tiger 95. At least I would hope it would be me talking to myself right now on said microphone. Anyway, today I just wanted to do some a little channel update for stuff that's going on very recently. Let's see if I can find it on here. Yes, Total War Rome 2 patch 15 for the Emperor Edition is the beta, anyway, is accessible, which I will do. I actually can't continue my Tylus. Well, I can continue it, however. We'll see what happens, alright? We'll see. The Tylus LP is not done. Alright, but now there's some mods which aren't being updated, and just a whole lot of things are going on right now, and until all that is resolved, I am actually doing a little beta playthrough on my own, and we will be playing as Pontus. Actually, yeah, I will do a playthrough as Pontus until then, which will also be part of basically what I do is for Monday and Tuesday now, until that happens, there'll be another day of, it'll also be another day of Rome 2 until, well, actually the way it is going to be totally is Monday I'll probably do some patch 15 stuff, some more things for Rome 2, just talking about it. Tuesday will be like a basically replacement for like bonus Sundays, since I also kind of need those days and I can't always do stuff on Sunday. It'll also be a replacement for that. No, I'll exit out of that. Rome, Wednesday obviously will still be Europa Universalis right now. Thursday and Friday will still be Rome 2. Because we will be playing as... No, I'll have to do Pontus for Thursday and Friday until all those mods get updated completely. And since this is such a big change, I would hope that they'll start getting updated in 12 days when the Emperor Edition comes out. I will be doing a playthrough as an Imperator Augustus. I don't know who I'm going to play as yet. Maybe you guys can leave me a comment below who I'll play as. Who is playable? We know so far that Armenia is going to be playable in it. Octavian is going to obviously be playable. Mark Antony will obviously be playable. But how some of those other factions are set up, we're not really sure. Supposedly, well, yeah, CA has said that this will be the most amount of playable factions in the DLC. So what most people are wondering is, how will Mark Antony's faction be set up? Will he be his own faction that's just allied with Egypt, who will be led by Cleopatra? Or will Cleopatra and Mark Antony be one merged faction that will have access to Egyptian and Roman units? Time will tell, and whether or not we have any, and what the other playable factions are. Some say that we'll have at least 3. Is what we're pretty sure for Roman factions anyway. We think that Parthia, well, by we I mean like from reading stuff on the forums and stuff, is that we generally think that Parthia will also be a part of it, since Parthian Empire is pretty big back then, and since we see a lot of the map in like this one screenshot we have from Imperator Augustus, that obviously the map extends way far out enough for that to happen. So let me talk about some of the stuff that is in the patch 15 beta. I guess I might as well read the changes. Total War, beta live. Now I'm going to read off this stuff. There's also some stuff they have not added yet. Alright, politics and civil war. Now let's get to it. Civil war is no longer inevitable. Guess what? It was. Well, you could if you just didn't get to the last thing of Imperium, which if you played around smart with allies and stuff, you would never get. So this will be pretty cool. But now, instead of there being random groups of soldiers just appearing either at your frontiers or your capital, now generals and admirals will actually switch sides. And it can also happen to your family too, while they'll leave you. And so will other factions, and they'll bring whatever agents or armies are with them. So now you need to be much more careful with your politics, especially as Rome. political action costs have been reduced. However, the higher your Imperium goes, the worse the effects will be. It'll also be more expensive. And also on the last level of Imperium, you actually get a -5 to diplomacy called Expansionism, which is extremely which is actually almost the same as it was in Caesar and Gaul. Effects of lies, blah blah blah, some of this minor stuff. They did completely overhauled the building system, provide more outbuilding action for all cultures, more interesting building combinations, and basically most buildings don't really have the squalor negatives. It's related to food, and there's actually more building options for almost everything. And now, some regions will have special resources in them. Now, it's not like tradable resources, not like wine and grain. However, it'll be things like iron and horses and amber. I'm pointing at the screen right now. Amber. And basically what it will do is it'll give you bonuses. So like if you build units, or if you go to a province that has iron in it, that is how you upgrade the armor and weapons of your units, which also makes a lot more sense. And areas with better horses, which I guess you could assume they had better breeds of horses, like traditionally better training. And I'll go through and explain all these areas too in this video, and I'll actually go into it. So, a bunch of other stuff. The coffee machine now works. Very, very good. Barbarians. A lot more stuff there. I'll get into it. Eastern. A lot more stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Special regions. Now, basically, ready. A lot of these other ones are really better if I actually do in-game, alright? So, let's get to it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, hey guys. So let's get into more of this Rome 2 stuff for patch 15. Obviously they didn't have an update for Imperator Augustus yet, because it's obviously not out. Let's go to the Grand Campaign. Let's look at some of the changes in there. Now, Rome... Oh yeah, Rome had its one of its traits changed. Before it was like +1 experience to melee units. However, now it is +1 recruitment slot in all of your provinces. And the controlling Roma itself gives you an extra 2, well, controlling Roma and recruiting in the Roma area gives you a +2 recruitment to the Italia province. Which means that Rome in Italy can recruit 6 units per turn. Pretty good. Parthia also had something changed. They got their bonus, I think it's just for Eastern Empires, they have their ranged units bonus. Now it's just +25 ammunition, and it is also changed specifically for Royal Scythia. Now they also have +25 ammunition for all units. Nothing else has changed otherwise yet right here. One thing they did change is that all the factions of the game got like an overhaul for their colors. Some of them look extremely similar to them for just a couple different color changes, like tones. Like the Swabies, just different tones, Rome's, Carthage's. However, the Arverni have like a complete... It's still based on the pig and like the green, but it's like completely new other than that. Parthia... Pontus kind of has like a blue and teal kind of color. Parthia is like a bronze, like rusty bronze and iron kind of color. I don't know. I think these guys also just like more toned down colors. I think the Greeks are that way too. Just less saturation in the color. Now, here's for some of the bigger changes that are taking place for the game. Inside the battles. Now, I'm going to send a general and a bodyguard and all these legionary cohorts against these Royal Spartans. Normally in patch 14 anything before, these Royal... You would be an idiot to bring these Royal Spartans against these legionary cohorts. You'd be stupid. You're just asking to lose. So now, let's see what will actually happen. Because they changed the way all units, well, most units have more armor. They also they just completely removed bonus from infantry from most units. Most units that had it. And also, battles take not too much longer to do, but time we have more time during the fight to do like flanking, and flanking stuff is also a lot more important. It's kind of a midway between like Divided Impera was kind of really slow. Basic Rome 2 was really fast, like thousands of men dying in 2 minutes. However, this new for Imperator Augustus, I think this is a pretty good niche that they have the time going. And also now you have to understand that a lot of people were complaining about how, well, Hoplites were falling out of favor during this time. And you were correct. Hoplites were falling out of favor, but that's because their enemies, well, the Hoplite in phalanx formation were not very flexible. When they were in phalanx, they basically stayed there, and that's how they fought. Getting flanked from behind, or I don't have any of the fancy things like Eric Carthage does right now, because this is during a fight. If you got around the sides or the back, it would basically be shattered, and that's how Rome was so successful against Hellenistic armies. The phalanxes were just not adaptable enough for the flank attacks from Rome. Yeah, bonus versus infantry is 0. So, let us start this fight. Oh yeah, and the AI now actually will try to flank its armies around you to go around. I'm actually afraid they might actually do that, so I guess I'll preemptively move some of my troops around because they're not completely stupid anymore. The AI will fight. It isn't a free win anymore if you have superior troops. I was actually playing when they announced it, like literally as soon as I got home to actually do it. I downloaded it and started playing it as Pontus, and man, lots of difference. And also, since they changed how that works, spears just overall are a lot more useful, like Levy Freeman, Eastern Spearmen. It's just so much better to use these spear units now. And it's not necessarily that some of them are better, it's just that now you have to use them differently. So engaging from the front with a spear unit is a horrible idea, like it was realistically. You want to go around the flanks. However, that also means that if you're now playing as a faction with spears, you also need to account for this. And use your cav to stop any enemy cav that might be coming through. And go get those enemy skirmishers, which is also how cav was used historically. So these Romans probably will go around my flanks. Oh no, we're going to do it that way. Oh yeah, and also, any unit that has like a preemptive charge like Javelin Thrower, they now have Fire at Will also. So let's just wait. So I'm not going to move any of these other guys over. I'm just going to leave them. I probably should have put them in phalanx formation, but it won't. It probably won't end up mattering. You know, I will be fair and actually, let me redo this test. Rematch, because this isn't how you would actually do it. Because I just stood there and took it. I will put them in the hoplite wall.
General! Stay as you are.
Romans are men of iron will, or so they would have you believe. They are also men with iron asses.
There we go. This will be a much better test. Because now with that melee defense going up, the Royal Spartans actually probably could have won if I actually told them to attack. But now you'll see, hopefully, and hope I don't look like an idiot, the true power of spears now. Sparta is really a good faction now. This alone, like the fact that spears are more useful, I've actually played a couple games with them online. I'm almost perfectly fine with how Sparta is. I don't think Sparta has any problems with itself now. They are to me, pretty much perfect. Maybe a better Cav unit, maybe like a Royal Spartan Cav, just something a little bit stronger. Is really, maybe even just a medium Cav, but outside of that, Sparta's golden. Infantry, everything's pretty good. Yep, they're about to turn around. They're about to go around my flank. Oh, just so they don't go around behind. Well, make me happy. And also, your depth of your formation is also very important now. So if you have a wider formation, you'll have more of your men attacking her, and be much more vulnerable to side charges and cavalry. Or if you have a shorter formation, or a thinner formation, you'll have less of your men attacking her, however, be able to brace much better. Look at this legionary cohort. They have 8 men down, haven't gotten a single kill yet. One kill, or even right now. That's a random Royal Spartan who's just sitting there. "13 kills on this Royal Spartan, and let's speed it up. Eight kills. Losing very decisive. These guys are down 34, 7, 4. Look at this. Before, these legionary cohorts would have chewed through these Royal Spartans. Just chewed. Now they're not taking much casualties, and look, none of them even say that they're losing. Legionary cohorts sure are. "51 kills. He's coming out even. He is. This really does look like it's totally multiple ones. Legionary cohort's about to retreat. And there we go. They're cleaning up now. 40. Wait, 110 and going higher. So I'm gonna end it right there. Close. It's not really a close defeat. Look at this. They got annihilated. Now, even not versus, see some of the other units, Galatian Royal Guard, not Galatian Royal Guard, Galatian Legionnaires now have formation attack. Legionnaires, yes, they have formation attack, and they have used, I thought they got changed to Headhunt. No, I guess I was wrong. Making me look like an idiot. Galatia also, I guess, kind of has an indirect thing that makes it a lot more useful is now with Galatian Noblemen, because the Galatian Noblemen are a pretty good spear unit. However, now they were pretty good spear units before, and now they are very good spear units. Epirus is still Epirus. Nothing else has really changed. One thing that kind of bothers me is all the Fox unit or Fire units got their bonus versus infantry removed. And that really was the only saving grace for these guys. The Getae do have some pretty good spear units. However, for the Odrysian Kingdom, that was their bread and butter. They really lacked. They have 3 melee infantry and 2 spear infantry, more than half of which are mercenaries. They've got some problems. And Pontus has pikemen. Well, they had levy pikemen and bronze shield pikemen. Now they actually have just regular pikemen. Hooray! Now, let me see. Are there any other changes? Oh, yes. Aravasi painted warriors now have scare. I go with Iceni, if I can find them. That's Getae. Iceni. Painted ones also have scare. which also makes a lot more sense. Oh yeah, and now there's actually, you can only, there's certain caps for units now, for mercenaries. Let me go for a faction that has more, there, Sparta. Clear, actually, Odrysian Kingdom would be really, Odrysian Kingdom, there you go. So cap the 4 units per army. Mercs now have caps on them. Now, people are complaining about how Carthage is being ruined by this. Now, the mercenary cap only applies to custom battles or multiplayer. In campaign, you can still recruit as many Italian swordsmen as you want in your army. Or, if you're one of those people, mercenary Campanian cavalry. However, now, each of the mercenary units, it's different, but they have caps, and generally the higher ranking the unit is, the lower the cap is. Now, people are way freaking out about this. This is fine. It'll encourage more diversity in basically pretty much any roster that uses mercenaries, so that way you don't keep spamming them. And also for Carthage, you'll see a lot more mixed armies, which also will help out more historical accuracy for you kind of people. And that obviously, Carthage didn't fill a whole army of Samnite warriors, of only Samnite warriors. They only get so many. They could only find so many, they would incorporate whatever they could get. So, I believe that's all I really need to talk about. Yeah. So basically, a lot of factions now are just a lot better. RDI is also another faction that... Oh yeah, Illyrian Noble Hoplites have 115 armor, I mean. What in the... These guys are sick. I would not mess with an Illyrian Noble Hoplite. These guys... They have hoplite... Well, you're not breaking these guys. You're going to need tough units, alright? So I believe that'll be it. For this anyway, I'm just talking about some of the work balance changes that are affecting. So I guess as always guys, if you liked the video, check out some other stuff, alright? Catch you guys later.